Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Program Initiative Tanggungjawab Rakan Sekolah 2.0, or known as PINTA. We are here today for another English SPM seminar series. So, boys and girls, how's your preparation for, for the coming SPM examination? For another English SPM seminar series. So, boys and girls, well, I'm sure that all of you have been studying really very hard for it. And we teachers are always there for you. Today, we are going to learn how to answer the speaking paper, which is your paper 3. Allow me to introduce our teacher who has more than 20 years of teaching experience, and she is also the head of language department in SMK Stapa Indah. Who is she? She is none other than our very own Puan Cik Suryati binti Cik Awang. Okay, I'm sure all of you recognize her from her previous YouTube programs, right? Okay. Puan Cik Suryati will explain to us how to best answer the speaking paper. If you have any questions, you might want to type them in the chat. And also remember to fill in the attendance and feedback form, as you will be given an e-certificate at the end of the session. So make sure you stay with us until the end. Well, without further ado, I would like to invite Puan Cik Suryati to deliver her techniques of answering the speaking paper. Over to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Puan Shobana. Good morning, everyone. Okay, it seems like this is in the morning, right? In the morning. So, and it's raining outside. It's gloomy here and there. It is the best time for us to still stay on our bed. Correct or not? Okay, it seems like I can see the number only 17 watching. It's okay because you can always go back to this page. All right. Today we are going to discuss. It's not more on the ceramah anymore, ceramah week anymore. I want us to discuss actually. Okay, so this is your chance for you to ask me questions related to your speaking paper. Okay, remember we have already know that we were informed already about the dates, the important dates for your listening and speaking paper. Okay, please write that down somewhere that you can see every day. Okay, so remember your listening paper is on 21st of February 2022, which is on Monday. Okay, and then it will be the next day is already your speaking paper. Okay, so please take care of your health. Make sure you are ready for this, for the whole week of exams. Okay, real exams. Okay, remember, if you missed any paper, okay, if you missed paper 3 or you missed listening paper, okay, then your results will not be counted. So it's a waste actually. Come on, okay, come on, be prepared and make sure you are ready with your guns, with your bullets, okay, to go through your war during February, the first papers. Okay, all right. Okay, people, the numbers are coming in. Okay, all right. Okay, let us do quick revision on paper 3. Okay, before I proceed, I would like you to at least, okay, have all this info at your fingertips. Okay, because by now I'm very sure all schools have finished doing your trial examinations, right? So basically, you have experience. You have known, you have been exposed to the scripts, you have been exposed to the types of questions, and I'm sure you know the feeling of being in that situation. So that's why the best thing for you to not be blank or not to be stuck on that day is to prepare beforehand. Okay, so let us do 3 important things today. Okay, my objective is to focus on these 3 things. Okay, which is we are going to do quick revision on the format, how to answer, how to go about, how to respond, and things related to the format. Okay, and then some of the things that you should do and you should not do during the exam. And finally, let's get loud means let's speak out. Okay, do not be afraid. Okay, because I'm sure your teachers now are training you like all they can, right? So let's get started. Okay, quick revision. Okay, number one, the exam will be done approximately in 13 minutes. Okay, because they have to give you time, or else you'll be dragged until half an hour. So we have so many candidates that we need to settle within 3 days. So that's why they are putting this as the time limit. Okay, and of course your papers, by now I'm very sure all of you are very familiar that we have three test parts. Okay, part one, part two, and part three. Okay, and the first two parts are individual parts. Okay, meaning you have to answer on your own. It's between you and the interlocutor. And the last part will be the discussion task, which definitely you will have to discuss with your partner. Definitely you will have to show some interaction being is happening there. Okay, some communication must be there. Okay, or else it won't fit the needs of that part, which is discussion task. Discuss means you have to speak to your friend. Okay, it's not that you are controlling everything and you pass the turn, your friend explain one thing. No, it should be, I mean, a few times people taking turns. Okay, you speak something and then continue by your friend, then you pass again. So it should be done in that way, not like you chose the 3 points, you explain everything in one go, and then you pass to your friend. That's not the way actually. Okay, if you are doing that, you will lose a lot of marks. So be careful. All right. So the full mark is 24 marks. You know already. Your interlocutor will have 6 marks, and then the assessor will have the rest of 18 marks. Okay, both will be combined and total and convert to 25%. So it's actually, I think personally, if you train well, you know the tricks, you know the tips, you know the techniques, this should be the easiest paper because you only have to answer this test within 13 minutes. So do not worry, you still have like one month something to prepare yourself. Okay, so don't forget you have your interlocutor and assessor. So they are the ones who are going to assess you on that day. Okay, remember, interlocutor are the teachers from your own school. Okay, don't be surprised. Okay, don't be surprised if the interlocutor is not your subject teacher. Okay, the school has the right to change the interlocutor to any teacher in the school. Okay, any teacher in the school or any English teacher in the school from your own school who can speak English very well, who have set for the aptitude test, the English teacher's test, and the most important thing is the teacher has, has attended a training about this. Okay, there are so many times already the lembaga peperiksaan expose the marking the assessment skills. Okay, how to mark speaking test. So your interlocutor, as long as they know how to, they attended the training and they are well trained, they are well versed, they can be your interlocutor. So don't be surprised suddenly your counselor can be the interlocutor, suddenly your BM teacher, suddenly your maths teacher will be the interlocutor. Okay, as long as they can speak English very well, they are well versed, and they went through the training. So this is a must. Okay, they went through the training, they can be the interlocutor. So it depends on the school. This is the school's decision. Okay, so whatever it is, what I did for my school, I want my subject teachers, because these teachers know you most, correct or not? They spent like 2 years, 1 year with you. They know your weakness, they know your strength. So they are the best person to be the interlocutors. Okay, so while you still have this 1 month, speak to your teachers, speak to your interlocutors. Okay, speak English because you want to be comfortable speaking to them later on during the exam. Okay, and the assessor, of course, from another school, from nearby school, we don't know who will come to your school. Definitely this person doesn't know you, so that's why when you speak, you have to speak clearly. Okay, you have to speak clearly because they don't know you. Okay, they don't know whether you can speak. The first impression that they will have is from the first part one. So that's why for part one, you have to impress the assessor. Okay, how do we impress the assessor? I'm going to show you after this. Okay, just make sure you don't show your weakness to the assessor. Don't like the first word that comes to your mind, I don't know. The moment you say that, the assessor will straight away have the impression that you cannot speak English. So don't do that. Don't show that. Okay, it's okay for the later part, but not for part one. So make sure you train well for part one. It's a script. That's a script, right? I'm sure all your teachers have the scripts. So make sure you have that script. Okay, you have that script and you go through the words from that script. Remember, what the examiners or the assessors or the interlocutors will be done are that you are exposed earlier on before this. Oh, hi everyone. Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam. Okay, sorry, baru notice the numbers are raising up. Okay, let me continue. Okay, what you need to do after this, in case your teachers tak pernah expose you to the script, interlocutor script, ask them for a copy. Okay, why? Because your teachers akan baca script tu on that day, SPM. Okay, the only part that they will change is only the question part. Yang lain, they will keep on repeating the same word, the same script, the same sentences. So take that script from your teacher. Okay, you analyze, you practice. Oh, teacher akan cakap macam ni, macam ni, macam ni. When do I respond? When do I have to really pay attention? Bila I nak kena tengok, anak kena dengar betul-betul dia soalan tu. So you know, bila you dah familiar dengan script tu, you know where to focus on after this. Okay, so take that script, you tahu, everything is there. The same script will be used during SPM. So make sure after this, you ask for the script from your teacher. Kalau teacher you tak pernah bagi, okay, ask that script from your teacher, you analyze. Okay, actually there's only a few parts yang bertukar nanti. Sebab itulah soalan yang bertukar. The rest adalah sama. So jangan takut bila your teacher bercakap. Actually what they are talking to you adalah benda yang awak dah familiar, that you have experienced during your trial test. Okay, so after this, the first step you need to do, ask the script from your teacher. Teacher, can I have your interlocutor script, teacher? Ask that from your teacher. Okay, and then highlight only the question part. Sebab itulah sahaja bahagian yang akan berubah. Itu sahaja. Okay, so don't be afraid with this test. You can prepare beforehand. Banyak pula saya explain kan. Okay, so of course my materials are based on this. I'm calling this as my holy kitab lah. Okay, my kitab. Okay, everything that I'm sharing today is taken from this and your textbook. Okay, instructions for speaking examiners datang daripada lembaga peperiksaan. I will not dare share with you something else selain daripada apa yang datang daripada lembaga peperiksaan. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, again, the position, definitely you will be seated like this in case you dah lupa. Okay, interlocutor, and there'll be a table in front of you, 1 meter. We hope that table akan distance you from the interlocutor in about 1 to 1.5 meters. Okay, so you will be sitting next to your partner. Okay, I'm very sure by now you know your partner already, right? Okay, so after this, become your partner's best friend. Okay, pergi rehat sama-sama, pergi tandas sama-sama, pergi beli makanan sama-sama, nak balik rumah balik sama-sama. Speak in English to your partners. Make sure you are comfortable. Ini saya tengok, I'm talking about my own students lah. Okay, when you speak to them, you speak in bahasa Melayu. You you only speak English during English class, so it's something that you need to improve. Okay, you know your partners already. Your teachers has given you your partners. Make sure you become their best friends within these 2 months. Speak English to them. Do not laugh if your friends make mistakes. No. Okay, keep on practicing, keep on you have to be comfortable on that day. Remember, during exam time, it's only you, your partner, your teacher, your interlocutor, and the assessor in that room. Can you imagine the aircon is switched on, the room is big, and you are looking at your interlocutor, so the feeling is different. It can be like in the class you are the loudest, suddenly during that exam um, you become mute. So we want you to avoid this. Okay, make sure you are very comfortable with your partner, because you know already your partner's weakness, your partner's strength, so you can discuss what you need to do, what is the strategy that you need to do on that day. Okay, come on, you have one more. I really would like to encourage you, within the time that you have now, please, please, please speak English to your partner. Okay, how to interrupt, how to ask questions. Practice that now. Don't only use during the exam. Start from your daily conversation. Okay, you want to ask your friends, you want to borrow their pencil. Speak in English. Excuse me, may I borrow your pen? May I borrow? Speak. Start from simple sentences. Then gradually you will improve. Okay, start with simple sentence, then you go to compound sentence, then you go to complex sentence. Okay, remember, we need to see, we need to hear that you know how to use these different types of sentences. If you are stuck, okay, by doing this you actually can avoid yourself from being stuck. Okay, you can ask me questions. I will try my best to answer straight away. Okay, the pairing is actually the taklimat. The one who attended the taklimat was your SU Peperiksaan SPM. Okay, they have the clear understanding of how to pair the students. So far, until today, I was informed that the school can pair the students, or they can follow the index number. It is up to the school. Okay, then the marks will be keyed in by the assessor. All right, so make sure when you pair them, okay, when you pair them from the same class, so it will not go beyond the list. Okay, that will confuse the assessor later on. Okay, so the pairing is done by the school, so that's why you have this advantage to start practicing from now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna look at your questions. Yeah. Okay, so far there's only one question. All right. I hope I have answered your question. Okay. It's up to the teachers, actually, to the KP, because you know your students best. Okay. Whether you need to pair them up according to their levels, according to their whether to pair them, the good ones with the good ones, the good ones with the average ones, the one or the average with the weaker one. You know best. You can start strategizing your students now. Okay. If you want to follow the index number, then it should be fine. It doesn't matter, actually. So it's up to the school to pair the students. All right. So my advice, my personal advice, the first time around, I asked my students to choose their partner, because I'm very sure they will be very comfortable with their friends. But during the trials, I noticed some partners are not suitable to be paired together. So I have to make changes. So these are the things that you have to show to your teachers, whether you really whether you are suitable to be paired together or not. Okay, ask your teachers opinion. Don't simply because you're best friend to each other, I don't want to change my partner. No. Okay, ask your teacher how's the result. I'm very sure after you have finished your speaking trial examination, your teachers have explained to you what are the things that you are lacking in, what are the things you are lacking at, what are the things that you need to improve. I'm very sure your teachers have done that, because I did that for every single pair in my class. So by now they should know what they are supposed to improve on. Okay. Okay, I've mentioned just now part 1 interview, part 2 individual long term, and part 3 discussion based on mind map stimulus. Okay, it's definitely a mind map. Okay, it's not going to be something else. Okay, and so far there's only 6 points, meaning you will divide the points equally between the two of you. Okay. Now, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I can see now familiar names. Good morning, everyone. Waalaikum salam. Okay. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go through our assessment scale. Okay, so this is your teacher, your interlocutor. I think most of you are familiar with this, but still, I would like to discuss on this again. Okay, I'm very sure your teachers explain. It's okay, right? It's okay for me to explain again. Okay, so your interlocutor or your school teacher will manage the whole test. Okay, starting from the moment you enter the room, you need straight away. I mean, when you enter the room, you enter with confidence. Smile to the interlocutors and the assessor. Of course, they are looking at you when you are entering the room. So smile. Walk slowly to your chairs and angkat kerusi itu. Do not heret. Aduh, this is one thing I need to. This is all about manners actually. Okay, angkat kerusi itu, jangan heret. Nanti dia akan annoy the assessor, annoy the interlocutor actually. Because I don't like people yang seret kerusi. Angkat kerusi itu, put it properly, sit down, say good morning to your teachers. Okay, and then make the interaction. Good morning, teachers. Okay, and then you sit down. Okay, so it started from the moment you enter the room actually. Okay, manners counts, right? So once you have been seated, your teacher, your interlocutor will start the test. Okay, remember part 1 is not being assessed by the assessor. Okay, but your own teacher, your interlocutor will start assessing you from the moment she says good morning. The time starts the moment she says good morning to you. So that 13 minutes will be counted the moment she says good morning to you. See, so don't waste time. Don't take so much time thinking, because you will have to answer within the given time. Okay, so look at this. If you want to score 6, I go straight away to 6. Okay, because if you have 6, if you understand how to get 6, if you answer less than that, meaning there's something is missing, then your marks will be lower. Okay, your interlocutor, okay, your teacher, okay, can give you 6. Okay, she will only give you 6 after you have completed all the 3 parts. Not when you have finished part 1, she will straight away give you 6. No. Okay, she will have to wait until the end of the test, then only she will start giving you marks. So that's why part 1 is important, is as important as other parts for your interlocutor. All right. Okay, if you want to get 6 from your interlocutor, okay, good morning. Okay, if you want to get 6 from your interlocutor, make sure, okay, every time she throws the questions to you, okay, you show to the assessors, to the assessor and to the interlocutor that you understand the question. Okay, janganlah pergi tunjuk buat facial expression showing that you don't understand the question. Come on, okay, on that day, just calm down. Okay, tenangkan diri. Tell yourself, this is my SPM. I want to do the best. I want to do my best. So tell yourself, I want to score this paper. Okay, calm down. Take some time. Take a deep breath and start answering. Okay, when your teacher is asking you questions, I'm very sure she will try her best or his best to say the questions clearly, so you can get what she is trying to say. Okay, so show that you are in a position of you are confident. Okay, smile, look at her, okay, and nod. Okay, nod, showing that you understand the questions and instructions to you. Okay, with ease is referring to the way when you are given a question, okay, by the interlocutors, you will start. I mean, especially for part two, you will be given time, right? So the moment she says, "Okay, you can start now," you will straight away produce your answers, say out your answers. It's not like when she says, "Okay, you can start now," okay, and then you are still thinking. So no. Okay, if you want to get the first bullet can understand questions and instructions directed at him or her with ease, meaning you, when she finish giving you instruction to start answering the question, you respond straight away. Okay, so that is actually one way of showing that you understand the question. Okay, with ease. Maksudnya tak ada masalah nak memahami soalan. Okay, alright. Second bullet, can ask and respond to, sekejap ya, can ask and respond to questions and suggestions, including those on abstract and complex text. Okay, this one is, I think, is mainly for part 3, because this is when you will be asked questions the most as compared to part 2. Correct or not? Your friends will ask you questions and they will give you suggestions. So this is where we need to see whether you can respond to that question, and you can, at the same time, you can give suggestions. Okay, including those abstract is referring to the one to part 3, the last question. Remember or not, for each part, you're going to have 2 phase, right? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 1, phase 2, phase 1, phase 2. Okay, for part 3, you'll be given the last part. The last part is actually phase 2, which is in a form of abstract and complex topics, which is a KBAT question, I assume. Okay, it is related to the idea of your mind map, but it is a broader scope. You have to show that when you are answering, you need to show some maturity, some knowledge. So that, because this is, I mean, this is the very crucial to show to the examiner that you are a band 6 student. Okay, the last question is actually to help the assessors or the interlocutor to decide whether you are suitable in band 6 or not. If you're able to nail down the last question, okay, inshallah, you will get 6 from both of them, interlocutors, and assessor will give you all the 18 marks if you can perform well. Okay, so basically, you know how we give marks to you, so improve on this. Okay, if you know that you have problems for the last question for phase 3, keep on reading. Okay, because usually the question will be a general knowledge question, asking for your opinion, okay, about something, but still related to the mind map given. Okay, all right. So far, any question? Okay, speaking test, we must wear a mask or not? Okay, what do you think? SOP. SOP wise, I think so far we keep on, we just hold to that we have to wear the mask. Okay, it's for safety reason, right? So when, if this one doesn't change, if the rule doesn't change, meaning you will go through this test wearing the mask. Okay, so that's why you need to learn how to speak clearly and can be understood by the assessor. Remember, your assessor is behind the interlocutor. If you speak softly, how can she figure out what you are trying to say? Okay, all right. So voice projection is important too. Okay, if they allow you to take out your mask, it should be okay. But then if not, you are wearing your mask, so you need to know the techniques of speaking when you are still wearing a mask. Okay, all right. Speak clearly. The most important thing is speak clearly, so both of the assessors, interlocutors can get what you are trying to say. Okay, all right. Thank you for the question. All right, so now I have explained 2 bullets, right? Number 1, show your confidence. Jangan tunjuk you takut, jangan tutup, buat muka bekuk kerut sampai apa. Jangan tunjuk. Walaupun susah, you just smile and nod and try to answer the question. Okay. And second bullet I've explained. Okay, the third bullet, can maintain and develop the interaction, meaning when you are in the midst of the discussion with your partner. Okay, for each part there will be two phase, right? Phase one, phase two, phase one, phase two, and phase one, phase two. Okay, for part one, Jocelyn, I'm answering Jocelyn's question. Okay, for part one, you're going to have phase one, phase two. For phase one is when your teacher is asking what your name. Okay, how do you come to school? So those are part one. Part two is phase two is when we ask you questions related to your, let's say, daily routine, your eating habit, your hobbies. So that is phase two. For part two, okay, the first phase is when you are given the question and you will be given 20 seconds to think and you will respond in 1 minute. So that is phase one. Phase two is when your friend is going to answer a question based on your topic. So that is phase two. For part three, okay, part three, phase one is the one, the discussion part, the 2 minutes, the 20 seconds, 20 minutes, 1 minute for making decision. That's it. So that is phase one. Phase two is the kebat question. Okay, phase two is the kebat question. Only 2 minutes given. So basically, train yourself to speak in 1 minute, 1 and 1. Okay. Am I answering the question? Am I answering your question? Okay. All right. Okay. Now, how can you maintain and okay? In order for you to get 6, of course, we need to see your ability in maintaining and developing the interaction. It's simple, actually, how to maintain. How can you maintain a conversation when you speak to your friend? Let's say when you speak to your friend daily, okay, when you want to ask them about something, okay, how do you this, how you answer this question? So your friend will answer, right? Your friend will respond, oh, like that, I always hear my students saying that, oh, like that, oh, please don't say that during the exam, okay, oh, it's like that, oh, it's like that, well, now I understand. Okay, what about this one? So this is how you can maintain and develop the interaction. Okay, in order for you to get 6, you know how to fill in the gaps. Okay, let's say your friends are stuck thinking, they're taking so much time of thinking. You count until 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or he did not answer, you jump in. Okay, try to help your friend. Oh no, what you're trying to say is it this one? Okay, you try to compensate for gaps. Okay, and then we need to see the usage of your grammar, of course, like grammar, English, can. If you want to get 6, it's so difficult to find errors from you. Of course, you will not have problems with simple past tense, simple present tense. Those, if you want to get 6, of course, you tak boleh ada salah basic tu. Okay, and then can produce extended relevant stretches of language. Maksudnya, of course lah, you have to show that you can speak using different types of sentences, not only using simple and compound. Okay, we need to hear you know how to use cohesive devices, you know how to use linkers. Okay, and of course with very little prompting or support. Maksudnya, you do not need any help from your interlocutor. You almost can answer on your own without the support from your interlocutor, without any prompt from your interlocutor. So if you can do this, inshallah, you'll be given 6 by your interlocutor. Okay, so if you compare to band 5, okay, can understand questions and instructions directed with him, ini sama macam band 6. So sometimes it's so difficult for us to whether to give 5 or to give 6. To give 5, to give 6. So that's why the last question for part 3 is the determining factor for band 5 and band 6. Okay. All right. Band 5 can maintain and develop the interaction by asking and responding to questions and suggestions on familiar topics using longer responses despite hesitation while searching for patterns and expression. Okay, apa maksud dia ni? Apa maksud bullet ni? Okay, maksudnya you can still maintain, you can still develop your interaction. You can ask your partner question. You boleh jawab soalan dia. Okay, and you can give suggestion, but what you are trying to tell your friends are only the familiar topic, something that you are familiar with. Let's say the point ada yang you tak familiar, so you are not able to explain, macam tu. And then when you are trying to explain, when you are trying to respond to that unfamiliar matters tu, yang you tak berapa familiar tu, you will macam well, you will take longer time kan untuk respond. So this is the difference between band 5 and band 6. Okay, band 5, maybe you need help from your friend. Okay, not from the interlocutor, maybe not from the interlocutor, but from your friend. When you are stuck, then your friend is interrupting. Oh, are you saying that? So this is what we call prompting, not only from the interlocutor but from your friends too. When you are stuck too long, so your friends will come in, kan? So if that situation, if that case happens on that day, when you are stuck and your friend prompt you, then you still can get 5, depending on depending on your response actually. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you, be your partner's best friends now. Okay, kalau aku stuck kat sini, kau masuk tau. You discuss that. Strategize from now. Don't wait until that day. Baru nak bincang. Nanti kalau aku stuck, kau masuk kat sini. Nanti if I'm stuck here, can you help me here? No, if I am quiet for like this, you count until 3, I'm still quiet. Can you come in? No, not until don't wait until the exam day. Start from now. Tell your friends straight away. Okay, if I am quiet for you count until 3. If I'm quiet for 3 seconds, can you jump in? Can you say something? Start planning from now. Okay, all right. Okay, so I've explained band 5 and band 6. Okay, now the assessor, the one that will have the 18 marks. Okay, bigger number, bigger marks, and more critical in analyzing, in giving your marks, because they have to make sure all the rubrics, all the bullets are met before they can give you that particular marks. Okay, all right, so let's look at band 6 again. Okay, band 6 again. If you want to get 6 for grammar, okay, can you see the keyword there? Consistently. Nampak tak? Consistently, I'm repeating myself, consistently maintains a high degree of grammatical accuracy. Maksudnya, from the moment you speak in part 1 until part 3, okay, it's so, there's almost zero error. There's almost nothing wrong with you in a form of simple tenses. Okay, everything that you say is accurate. Betul singular dia, betul subject verb agreement dia, betul dia punya pronounce, betul dia punya sentence structure. Okay, errors are rare. Nampak tak? Errors are rare. So if you want to get 6 for grammar, errors are the first thing that you need to avoid. Okay, so difficult because you speak so fluently, so clearly, so it's difficult for the assessor to spot your errors. So inshallah, the first bullet is tick. Now we're going to look at the second bullet. Remember, the assessor will have 2 parts, part 2 and part 3. So if she cannot figure out for part 2, she will figure out in part 3. Okay, so the second bullet, the second rubric, has a good, the keyword here is good command of wide range, meaning you are not only using simple tenses, you are not only using progressive tenses, but you can show to the assessor that you can use perfect tenses, you can use adverbial phrases, you can use all the difficult conditional, mixed conditionals, you know how to use those. So this is where you need to apply what you have learned in English so far. Okay, so that's why the keyword here, good command, is one thing, wide reach, not only focusing on a few rules only. Okay, and the third bullet can use a wide range. Again, the keyword here is wide range. Okay, wide range of organizational patterns, cohesive devices, and connectors. Meaning, okay, when you are speaking, you are not only showing that you know how to use and or but. For, that's it. It should be wide range. There are so many other connectors that you can use, right? Okay, cohesive devices. There are so many types of cohesive devices that you can use. So use different types of cohesive devices. You can use pronouns. You can use ellipses. You can use different group of cohesive devices to continue idea, to contrast idea. So use that. Show that at least you know how to use different types of cohesive devices. Okay, if you can show to the assessors that you are able to fulfill all these three rubrics, inshallah you'll be given 6. Okay, it's not that difficult actually. The moment you speak, we know already whether you are the moment you whether you know how you know or not how to control your grammar. It's somehow this is what the teachers are gifted. Okay, that's why they are trained. They're well trained. They know already the moment you speak from part 2 to part 3, they know already where to put you. Okay, so that's why my advice, if you want to get 6, try to use different types of grammatical structure, try to avoid errors, okay, and try to use different types of linkers and cohesive devices. So inshallah he'll be given 6. Okay, for grammar. Vocabulary is actually quite easy. It's simpler, it's easier than grammar and communicative competence. Okay. Here, vocabulary, you can get 6. Okay, if you can show to the assessor that you can use a wide range of appropriate vocab. Okay, the vocab that you are using is suitable with the context. If we are talking about health, okay, so most of the vocabulary that you are using are related to health. So that is considered as good already, actually. Okay, if we are talking about a culture, so we need to hear words, vocabulary related to that culture, that context. So this is actually you can train, okay, to predict if the question comes if the question is related to health, what are the possible vocabulary that you can use when you are explaining the points. If the question is related to environment, what are the possible keywords, what are the possible vocabulary that you can use to explain the points that will fall under the environment topic. So this is actually requires a lot of practice. Okay, again, we need to see whether you are able to use you're able to use you are able to explain whether the idea is abstract, okay, complex and unfamiliar. Okay, this one is actually I think your teachers have prepared you well from the textbook. Okay, and then finally can convey specific differences in meaning through appropriate choice of vocabulary. Can you see the word appropriate there? Meaning the vocab that you are using, as long as it is appropriate with the context, as long as it is suitable with the context, inshallah you can get 5 or 6. Okay, the most important thing here, we need to see whether the vocabulary that you are using are suitable, are appropriate for that context. Okay, what does it mean by inappropriate? Inappropriate maksudnya the topic is about environment, suddenly you pergi cakap pasal shopping dekat malls, walaupun you try to connect to the environment tu tadi kan. So it's my advice is try to use structures that ataupun vocabulary that is within that context. Try not to go, because when you are giving examples beyond the context given, you will need more time. You will need more time, you will need more sentences to explain, you will need more things to go before you can touch the original question. So my advice is, when you know you're supposed to talk about health, straight away think about the vocabulary related to health. Tak payahlah nak pergi sebab nak extend the idea, you nak pergi sentuh pasal shopping, nak kena jumpa doktor private. No, straight away touch the topic. Okay, kalau tidak nanti tak sempat. You are given only 2 minutes kan untuk part 3. Okay, part 3, 2 minutes to discuss. You have to explain all the 6 points. Okay, and 1 minute to make decision. 1 minute to make decision, and the last part will be 2 minutes. So actually part 3 tu sebenarnya tak lama pun, dalam 6 to 7 minutes the maximum. Okay, alright. So if you want to get 6 for vocab, please try to look at related vocabulary in context. Okay, you can start listing it out. Ataupun the easiest way, you can just open your download of full blast textbook. Dekat belakang tu ada banyak sangat vocabulary. Okay, tak payah nak pening-pening sebenarnya. Alright, now communicative competence. Okay, here are, this is the part that my students have the most difficulties. Okay, most of them have difficulties in expressing him or herself spontaneously with little obvious searching for expression. Maksudnya, when you are trying to nak jawab soalan ni, tolonglah jangan buat muka berkedut-kedut, muka tak confident. No, okay? Because we the assessor and the interlocutor both are looking at you, kan? Betul tak? So kalau you tunjuk you punya difficulties to the examiner, macam alamak kan. So they will know that you have problems in answering the question, in discussing the topic. Okay, try to be as calm as you can on that day. Bacalah doa 4 hari 4 malam, hafal doa bagi tenang. So the most important thing for me lah for speaking test is you have to be in a calm situation. Okay, because when you are calm, idea akan datang. Okay, apa yang you dah prepare beforehand will slowly come in. Okay, alright. And then you need to show to them that you know how to initiate. Ask your teacher, initiate tu macam mana? Teacher, maintain tu macam mana, teacher? Develop tu macam mana, teacher? You have, and how to close a conversation macam mana? Ask your teacher. Okay, by this time you should know already apa itu initiate, apa itu maintain, apa itu develop, macam mana nak close a conversation tu with ease. Okay, and finally can relate contributions skillfully. Nampak tak perkataan skillfully and effectively to those of his or her partner. Okay, when your friend is saying something, you can relate to your opinion. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, and I think it's good that so you boleh respond to your friends skillfully. Okay, so these are the things that will be look at on that day. If you can, you nampak tak, sebenarnya tak banyak. Okay, tak banyak. Okay, if you can at least understand how the marking is done. Okay, because it's very fast. Speaking kan, dia bukannya reading you boleh berulang-ulang. No, it's very fast. What you say straight away, assessor absorb and note down. Terus dia boleh bagi markah. Dia akan make sure, okay, ada tak you initiate? Oh, ada. Ada tak maintain? Ada. Ada tak develop the idea? Ada. Ada tak you know how to close the conversation? Ada. So if you have all this, takkanlah dia tak boleh bagi 6. Kalau kurang pun, at least you can get 5. So these are the things requires a lot of practice. Okay? Macam muat pula rasanya. Yes. Muat dia lagi brutal kan? Dia lagi dahsyat kan? Tapi ini almost there, tapi tak sebrutal itu. Masih dibantu oleh interlocutor. Okay. Ada macam-macam lah korang ni. Okay, alright, so far so good. Okay, any questions so far before I move on to the next slide? Any question? This is how the marking is done. It is that simple actually. So you know how the marking is done. You know how they are going to give you marks. Cuba cari macam mana nak answer this one. Macam mana nak buat this one. Macam mana nak buat this one. Okay, this is where you can start sitting together with your partner and your teacher. Okay, macam ni macam mana teacher? Ni macam mana teacher? This is the time. Okay, so buka hari Isnin ni, terus go and see your teacher. Number 1, minta skrip. Ingat tak saya kata minta contoh skrip interlocutor tu. So you will know, oh ayat ni je dia tukar. Yang lain tu, you dah boleh faham. Okay. Part 3, what if candidates only talk on 1 or 2 points from the mind map given? Okay, let's say, from the sample that we have from Lembaga Peperiksaan, the mind map will have 6 points, kan? Betul? 6 points. Okay. And we train our students. Okay, I train my students to, so each candidate will take 3. 3 dan 3. Okay. So when they explain the first point, of course they will have to say the point and justify. Betul? They will say the point and justify. When they justify itu, okay, try as much as you can to tell them to compact their answers. Tak perlu nak berjela-jela sampai you will take time. You don't have time to pass the turn to your friend. Okay, say the point, explain sedikit, explain tu maksudnya when you have the chance to use cohesive devices, when you have the chance to use complex sentences, when you have the chance to use uh, um, complex structures tu, fine. Terus pass pada kawan. So kawan pula sambut. Candidate B ambil, sambut, do the same thing and pass again. So by doing this, inshallah all the 3 points will be able they will be able to explain all the 6 points within that 2 minutes. But in case they did not manage to complete all the six, it's okay, doesn't matter, as long as they can finish the 2 points, the 2 points, because without, if they cannot how do I say, if they are not able to explain at least 2 points for both of them, then they'll be lacking in interaction. Betul tak? Okay, because you are talking so much, so you miss the chance, to get the interaction going on, to develop the point, to maintain the interaction. So that's why 1 point, say it out, explain, compact, tak perlu ayat berjela-jela. As long as you have answered, then pass the turn to your friend, to the candidate, to the next candidate. Candidate tu pun sambut, yes, I agree with you, yes, I believe in what you say, oh, I quite agree with you, respond. Okay, yang menyambut tu, the candidate B, you have to respond, okay, because ada markah kan, respond. Okay, and then you explain your point. Okay, you explain your point, and then you will say the same thing and pass again to candidate A untuk the next point. Okay, remember for the first part, okay, within the first 2 minutes tu memang solely untuk discuss, bukan buat keputusan, bukan buat pilihan. The first 2 minutes is mainly for the discussion. Okay, and then they were given another minute to decide. Bahasa tu barulah dia orang boleh bincang. They must be a discussion tau masa tu, bukannya okay, we choose this. No, they should show some interaction during that decision making part. Okay, still, because that's why they give them 1 minute. They need to still discuss. Okay, referring to our previous points, I think the most important ataupun the most popular ataupun the most common reason, okay, tell them to repeat the superlative use, the most common reason, the most popular reason. Ask them to reuse the word from the question. Okay, well, as compared to to your previous points, I think your point is lacking in this. I believe it's better for us to do this. Okay, still a discussion must be going on during that decision making. Okay, enough for me. Enough if candidate A can say one sentence, candidate B respond, candidate B give the opinion, candidate A respond again, then the last sentence, okay, make sure they come to an agreement. Okay, they will decide that, because 1 minute is quite fast actually. Okay, does the question part 2 contains, no. Okay, Lao Yuan, okay, does the question for part 2 contains pictures or story? No. Okay, no. Story is for PT3 level. Okay, your level, SPM level, okay, the test format or the test requirement says everything will be in a form of a text. Okay, in the form of a text, no pictures provided. Okay, thank you for asking. All right, and is there any question that I missed? Okay, nothing. All right, so I'll proceed. Okay, before I move on, any question again about how the marking is done? This is the chance for you to ask me actually. Okay, no problem, right? Okay, I can proceed. Okay, now let's go part by part. Okay. All right, so what is expected from you for part 1? Okay, remember what I told you just now? Part 1 is not being assessed by assessor, but by your interlocutor, by your teacher. Kenapa? Okay, kenapa? Because the first part ni, we want you to be comfortable. We want you to be calm down. We want you to feel calm. We want you to relax. Okay, sebab tu soalan dia pun soalan yang very simple. Something that you can definitely answer. We want you to feel comfortable first, barulah kita proceed to the next part. Okay, but still, walaupun dia simple, walaupun dia not being assessed by the assessor, you still have to answer, you still have to respond appropriately to the questions. Okay, usually for part one, they will ask you to introduce yourself, phase one, okay, and give factual information about self, tentang diri you. Takkanlah you tak tahu tentang diri you, betul tak? Takkanlah you tak tahu you suka lagu apa, takkanlah tak tahu suka makan apa, macam tu. Okay, so basically part one, the questions are related to yourself, diri sendiri, bukan partner, bukan interlocutor, bukan your family members. No, it's about you. Okay, or maybe they ask you to talk about present situation. Contohnya, contohnya macam how do you come to school, apa yang latest situation sekarang. Okay, they ask you, maybe they ask you opinions about have you experienced the flood lately, benda-benda macam tu, so tu yang present moment. Okay, talk about past experience. What? Yes, they might ask you to talk about your past experience too. Have you ever tried cooking tom yum before? Okay, something that you have experienced before. Okay, talk about future plans. Maybe they ask you, okay, what is your ambition? So something that is for future planning, right? And explain and give reasons. Of course, you have to, whenever you say something, you have to explain and give reasons. Okay, part one done. All right, sample questions. So this is from the format buku pentaksiran. Okay, what's your name? Where do you live? How do you come to school? So that is phase one. Phase two is the next question. Okay, they might ask you one or two questions, not that much actually. Okay, what do you normally do after you wake up? What do you usually do after coming back from school? So let's try together this one. Okay, let's say the question, your interlocutor will ask you like this. The moment you sit down, they will ask you, what is your name? Okay, you can start. Okay, your sentence, your answer should be in a complete sentence. Okay, you cannot give me, okay, what's your name? Nilofa. Itu cari pasal namanya. Okay, we want to see whether you can speak or not. So at least for part one ni, answer lah sebaik yang boleh. What is your name? Well, my name is Nilofa binti Abdullah, but you can call me Lofa. Jawab je. Okay. Alright, okay. Why is this important? Why phase one is very important? Remember, your assessor tu, your examiner yang pegang banyak markah tu, is not from your school. Dia cikgu dari luar. Dia yang akan bagi markah pada awak. So, kalau dia tak kenal awak, dia tertukar awak dengan kawan awak, macam mana? Kan? So, number two, mereka yang akan key in markah. So, make sure you speak it clearly. Supaya dia tahu, oh ini Lofa, oh ini Mina. Okay, so dia takkan salah bagi markah pada you. Remember, especially during discussion tu kan sangat cepat kan. Lofa dapat berapa ni? Mina dapat berapa ni? So dia takkan confuse. So that's why when you introduce yourself, introduce lah dengan nama yang senang cikgu nak panggil. Okay? My name is Nilofa binti Abdullah. Kalau namanya panjang berjela-jela, well, my name is Putri Aminah Iskandar Amirah. Oh, Masya Allah. Just choose the simplest one. Okay? But you can call me Putri. Simple. Okay. Because throughout the test kan, interlocutor will use that name. Well, Putri, it's your turn now. Dia akan gunakan nama you sepanjang-panjang exam tu. Okay? Alright. How do you come to school? I walk to school every day. Cukup. Phase 1 tu tak orang kata tak nak panjang-panjang because dia just nak pastikan assessor tu tahu siapa yang dia akan assess. Okay? Phase 2 tu yang you kena panjang sikit. Alright? Okay, what do you usually do on weekends? Okay? I usually do my school work or help my mother to do house chores. Cukup. Okay? Cukup. Clear. Okay, number 4, I give 2 examples. Okay, do you watch a lot of television on weekends? You boleh jawab, yes, I love watching television during weekends. Boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay, but nampak tak structure dia? Simple. So, bila examiner dengar, bila assessor dengar, oh, tu je. Nampak tak? Okay, so dia dah ada perception kan. So, we don't want that. Cuba jawab panjang sikit panjang. Gunakan ayat compound atau complex. Okay, yes, I do. I love watching television, especially K-drama. Okay, ni salah ni, especially 2 kali. With my favorite actor Lee Min Ho starring in it. Okay, so explain sikit. masa ni, okay, you can say whatever you want as long as it is related to the question. Sebab apa? Mesti kena respond. Kena respond dengan question. Kena jawab soalan tu. Okay, so you punya explanation tu tak kisah betul ke tak betul ke, you tak suka tengok K-drama pun, tapi for the sake of answering that question, you can make it up. Okay, alright. And what do you normally do? What do you normally watch on television? I always watch romantic comedy dramas. Cukup lah. Ataupun I always watch comedy dramas. Enough. Because dia nak awak selesa. Itu saja. Done. Habis part 1. Okay. This is set 1, training. Set 2. Sama juga. Okay, maybe dia tanya, dia takkanlah tanya semua, mungkin dia ubah sikit lah soalan. Tak adalah sebiji tanya how do you come to school. Tak adalah semua orang dia akan tanya how do you come to school. No. Number 1 tu is definitely lah. Number 2 they will change. Maybe dia tanya you, how do you come to school? The next person, dia akan tanya, which class are you from? Macam tu. Okay? Because I'm very sure they will prepare more than 5 sets. Jadi, maybe, and then you will not get the same question with your friends. Okay, maybe the first day they will use 3 sets. The second day they will use 4 sets. The last day they will use 3 sets. Who knows? Okay, different sets. Okay, so there's no way you can get soalan bocor. Okay, because you'll be quarantined, you'll be orang kata isolated from your from other candidates. Okay, apa lagi saya nak share? Okay, on that day, speaking day, okay, on Tuesday, right, 22nd of February tu, okay, depending on how many exam centers you have. If your school only has one center, satu pusat peperiksaan sahaja, meaning only one assessor yang akan masuk ke sekolah you. So if you have 300 students, you kena divide that 300 to 3 days. 3 days tu pula, okay, dah dapat angka 300 tu bagi 3, 100 orang sehari kan. So that 100 tu pula kena bahagi 3. Because every day you gonna have 3 sidang. 3 sidang. Last time they told us only 50 pair sehari. Tapi tak boleh nak fit in. So dah bagi 3 hari, 300 tu dah bagi 3, 100 orang sehari kan. Okay, so that 100 tu kena bahagi pula 3 sesi. 3 sidang. So my advice to your teachers lah, kalau ada teachers dalam ni, okay, prepare lah interlocutor tu lebih sikit. Kod lah interlocutor pertama tu dah penat sebab ramai, banyak pair. The next class tu, orang lain kan, kelas lain tukar interlocutor tu. Okay, biarlah rahsia. Biarlah, let it be that class, that sidang is managed by the subject teacher. Okay, at least bila dia tengok cikgu dia depan mata dia, bolehlah dia tenang sikit. Tak adalah dia gemuruh sangat as compared to a stranger. Kan? Okay, so semua ni tentang teknikal lah. Alright, so the question will be like this. Phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, phase 1 is just introducing ourselves to interlocutor. Is it? Yes, Ivani. Okay, phase 1, okay, macam I mention kat sini, phase 1 is only introducing yourself because you have to make sure you are clear enough sebab assessor tak kenal you. Okay, assessor tak kenal you, so dia kena tengok, oh yang mana satu salah, yang mana satu Ronaldo. Oh, okay, so dia tahu. So dia takkan salah bagi markah. Okay? Okay, we only tell them the genre. Apa maksud dia? Yes, boleh. Because that's only sepatutnya in one or 2 minutes only for this part. Okay? Nampak tak soalan? Nampak tak ayat? Simple je sebenarnya, but everything is there, kan? Macam tu. Alright, you can answer, I like to eat chicken, I like to eat chicken fried rice because it is delicious. Okay, tak ada masalah. Okay, or you can answer a little bit longer. I like to eat pasta because I really like the texture of the pasta. It's you boleh jawab, explain panjang sikit. Okay? Alright? So now, part 2. Individual, long term, 3 to 4 minutes. So this is basically you know already kan? Okay, so I rasa I tak perlu explain lah yang ni. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, sample provided by lembaga peperiksaan. I'm very sure your teacher dah tunjuk kat you, dah tunjuk video kan? Okay, I'm going to skip this one. Alright, so let's try a sample from my activities, my class punya activity. Okay, let's say the question is asking you about a family trip. You notice or not? Do you notice or not? The questions, okay, the questions are somewhat related to your personal life. Perasan tak? Tadi, okay, let me show you again. Okay. The first sample tentang family celebration. The second sample is about a person you admire. So the question, kalau you perasan, is related to something that you know about, something that you can talk about, something that you are familiar with. Okay, kalau tak pernah experience sendiri pun, at least you know from your friend, or at least you know from your textbook, or at least you know from a movie that you watch. Kan? So the questions, most probably, I'm very sure it's something to do with you, something that you have the knowledge to talk about. Okay, kalau tak pernah pergi trip pun, contoh, you have never gone to any trip or any holiday, family holiday, you can make it up. Macam mana nak make it up? You bayangkan, you pergi satu tempat, tapi tempat yang you pilih tu, sebab dia tak cakap pun family trip dekat luar negara ke, dalam negara ke, as long as you go with your family, you spend time together there, it's okay already. It is already responding to the question. So you boleh cerita a family trip that you went with your family. Maybe you can tell, I went with my family to Zoo Negara. It's a family trip. Tak kisah kan? Dia tak kata pun holiday ke apa ke. As long as your answer is within the context, insyaAllah, you are on the right track. Okay? If we accidentally say la or any BM word, can we like say sorry and repeat our point again? Oh, John. So cute. Yes. Because we are so used to word lah, kan? Yes. That one is actually band 6 punya criteria. When you realize you do something wrong, you quickly correct yourself, then it's very good. Okay. My family lah. My family lah. Oh, it's my family lah. Oh, sorry. It's my family. Cukup lah. Self-correcting. So you know that you make errors, then you correct yourself straight away. This is a ciri-ciri pelajar yang dapat markah 6, band 6. Tengok balik marking scheme tadi. You self-correct yourself. You betulkan diri you, kesalahan diri you. Okay, you realize you buat salah, oh cepat-cepat you betulkan. So that is very good actually. Okay, alright. Okay, now look at my question here. Nampak? So usually, so far from the samples that we receive, okay, they will give you one topic, okay, one tema. So tema ni macam family trip ni is under people and culture tema. So ingat tak saya cakap tadi, you can practice vocabulary related to people. So apa dia vocabulary related to people? Celebration, holiday, destination, semua tu ada kaitan kan? So this is where you can gunakan vocabulary tu. Okay, talk about a trip that you went with your family recently. Ni perkataan favorite tau. Recently, currently, personally. Nampak tak? So when you see this word, sebenarnya memberitahu awak untuk guna tenses apa. Okay, kalau dia kata you went, nampak tak? You went with your family recently. Something that you have experienced. Maksudnya benda tu dah berlaku. So your answers should be in present tense or past tense? Tell me. Present tense or past tense? Kalau ada perkataan recently ni, baru-baru ini. Okay, so that's why when you read the question, bila awak diberi that 20 seconds, pandai Jocelyn, mestilah past. Okay, so be careful. Read betul-betul. Okay, read listen. Okay, so you, of course, you tak boleh baca kan? Lupa pula speaking. Past. Jocelyn, which one is your answer? Present or past? It's actually past. Okay, when the question is asking about something in the past, recently ataupun currently, you have experience. Dia akan guna word-word macam tu tau. Recently, currently, you have experience, past experience. InsyaAllah your answer should be in past tense. Sebab dah berlaku. You nak terangkan benda yang dah berlaku. Tapi boleh ke kalau nak guna present tense? Boleh tak nak guna present tense? Boleh. Boleh, because you are telling now. Boleh juga. So it depends on how you are going to explain your answer. Kalau you rasa Past tense tu lagi senang you nak explain, it's okay. So make sure everything is in past tense. Okay, if you want kan that's why this is where we want to test you whether you know how to use past tense, you know how to use present tense, you know how to use progressive tense, you know how to use perfect tenses. This is where we want to see your knowledge on these grammatical rules. Okay. Okay, depends on how you are going to explain. If you rasa explaining in past tense will be easier for you, so make sure everything is past tense. If you think that you are telling it now to your friend, then make sure you are careful enough to use present tense. Okay, depending on the question, actually how you are going to respond to that question. Okay, now look at this question. Talk about a trip that you went with your family recently. You should say, ini memang standard ayat dia. You should say. Bila dia kata you should say, meaning you have to use all the four bullets. You have to answer all the four bullets. Okay. The name of the destination you have visited. Nampak? You have visited. Awak dah pernah pergi. When? Masa. So, bila cikgu, yang ni awak boleh tengok kan? 20 seconds masa prepare tu kan. Cepat-cepat. Okay. Name of the destination. Tempat yang, okay. When you want to choose a place, my advice, personal advice, think of a place yang you betul-betul tahu or you pernah pergi because you can imagine. When you want to answer, you boleh imagine apa ada kat sana. Tapi, one tip is, kalau pergi bercuti kat pulau, apa yang ada dekat pulau? Definitely ada ocean, ada boat riding. So, semua tu you dah boleh nampak kan? Betul tak? You dah boleh bayangkan what's gonna what are the things that you can answer. Kalau pergi pulau, apa aktiviti yang ada? Apa you akan buat kat sana? Apa makanan yang ada? Standard kan? Betul tak? Kalau pergi gunung, apa yang ada? Nampak? So, benda ni you boleh prepare beforehand. Okay, strategi dah boleh prepare sebelum. Sebab logically kalau pergi pulau, mesti ada resort, mesti ada laut. Betul tak? Logik tak? So, after this, sit down with your teacher, buat list, buat table. Okay, kalau pergi pulau, apa possible keywords, apa possible vocabulary, apa possible activities. Kalau pergi sini, okay, macam tu. Okay, alright. So, number one, name of the destination. When, okay, when ni dia boleh jadi bulan, dia boleh jadi hari, tak kisah, asalkan ada time frame. Okay, last week ke last month pun boleh. There should be a signal of time frame. Okay, bila ada perkataan when ni mesti ada time frame. Okay, and what activities, nampak tak dia bagi plural. What activities, meaning they are expecting more than one activity from you. Okay, alright. And the last one usually bukan semestinya, usually will be a kebat one. They require more thinking from you. Okay, require more thinking from you. And then kita nak tengok sama ada you boleh respond secara matang atau tidak. Okay. Alright. Okay, from one bullet to another bullet. So this is your chance to use cohesive devices dengan linkers. Okay, secara tak langsung when you guna linkers, okay, you are constructing compound sentence kan. Now bila you nak the next bullet, you gunakan pula complex structure. So this is how you can get all the rules yang diperlukan dalam grammar nak dapat 6 tadi tu. Okay, you have to you kena relate tu, gunakan cohesive device, linkers, pronouns, semua tu akan membantu you untuk dapat markah. Okay, remember you have only 20 seconds. 20 seconds sahaja nak pak fikir, fikir, jawab. Okay, okay. When do you think? Okay, when do you think the interlocutor will prompt you? Dalam situasi yang macam mana that they will prompt you? It's allowed if we put some jokes on that point. Okay, what if you want to put some jokes? Okay, as long as it is related to the context. Let's say you fall down from a horse, right? Or during the horse riding, yeah. And you can mention, oh, the whole family loved it. Yes, as long as it is related to the context and dia tak go beyond the limit. Okay, no vulgar word, no harsh word. I try as much as you can not to use cursing words, negative words yang menunjukkan negative situation. Okay, be positive. Okay, whether you agree or not agree, you just agree, you just give your reason. Okay, kalau you tak agree, selalunya soalan ni kan, okay, the kebat question usually then it's more on asking your opinion and to see whether you are mature or not. Okay, so try lah, janganlah jawab macam, okay, let's say for this question kan, family activities should be encouraged more to help shape teenagers' personalities. Janganlah pergi jawab, yes, all families should have family activities. Bila you guna all tu kan, it's actually a sweeping statement. Bila sweeping statement tu menunjukkan you tak matang sebenarnya. Kenapa saya kata tak matang? Because logically, mampu ke semua family dalam Malaysia ni pergi family trip? Betul tak? Betul tak? Okay, so one way of showing your maturity, you pick your sentences well. Contohnya macam ni, maybe you boleh respond, well, I think family activities should be encouraged more to help teenagers, to help shape teenagers because, terus, tak perlulah nak, I think all families should do this. I think everybody should plan. No. Avoid using these words. Okay? What if we laugh? Teacher, okay. Why do you need to laugh that? We tak takut exam masa tu. Okay, let's say when your friend is answering and you tergelak, it's fine, it's natural kan. Tapi cover lah, janganlah over sangat. Kalau dah dia buat lawat, dah memang tak boleh nak tahan, gelak je lah. Tapi control. Okay, because when you can laugh, maksudnya you are so relaxed, you are so comfortable, then okay lah. So the situation pun okay, dia sebenarnya tak ada masalah pun. Okay, as long as it is suitable, memang suitable untuk you gelak je lah. Macam mana dah kawan buat lawak kan? Tapi not too much. Everything has a limit. Okay, my advice, just be natural, relax and enjoy the exam. That's the best way you baru boleh score. Bila you rasa takut kan, you'll be stuck. Okay, because kalau cikgu pun kena pergi interview, kena pergi observe pun, cikgu pun takut. Siapa yang tak takut dengan interview, betul tak? Jadi the best way to face this exam is for you to calm down and to feel relaxed, to enjoy the exam. And sebab apa kena boleh enjoy? Sebab you dah prepare, you dah tahu dah, you dah ada script as interlocutor dah, yang you tahu yang akan berubah hanya sikit je. So basically semua ayat tu you faham dah, you dah tahu dah apa benda ayat tu. You dah tahu dah bila cikgu cakap, okay, now you have 20 seconds. So you dah tahu dah apa you kena buat. It is just the sentence tu je yang you kena respond kan. So you sepatutnya tell yourself, lah dah tahu dah apa yang dah boleh expect apa yang akan ditanya kan. Jadi this is how you can boleh relax sikit. Okay. What if we stutter or blank for a moment and time is up? Okay. This one. Okay, let's say when you are blank, you will keep quiet, right? You will be quiet, right? Okay, let's say for part two, okay, you answered within 30 seconds. So ada lagi 30 saat. 30 saat tu maksudnya banyak lagi kan? Okay, when you answer less, when you keep quiet, when you are quiet for let's say 5 seconds, remember cikgu awak ada jam digital kan? When you are quiet for 5 seconds and dia tengok masa masih banyak lagi, this is when your teacher will prompt you. Kat sinilah nanti dia akan masuk dan membantu awak. Okay? Alright? So, usually after 5 to 6 seconds, kalau awak diam, then dia akan bantu awak. Kat mana awak stuck tadi tu, dia akan bantu awak. Bagi awak soalan yang boleh bantu awak untuk bercakap. Okay? Itulah gunanya interlocutor tu lebih baik cikgu subjek awak, sebab dia tahu awak macam mana, dia tahu awak takut ke, dia tahu awak, of course dia tak boleh tolong secara verbally, but they can help you with action. Maybe dia boleh signal pada awak, dia tahu awak ada 30 seconds and you dah habis jawab, maybe dia boleh kenyit mata sikit ke kan, okay, kalau saya kenyit mata maksudnya ada 30 second lagi, jawab sikit lagi, macam tu. You can plan that, tapi janganlah obvious nanti saya kata apa cikgu ni, saya kenyit mata je, janganlah sampai macam tu. Okay, try as much as you can to plan your answer. Cukup ni 1 minute ni cukup. Macam tu. Okay, saya tunjuk sampel Okay. This one, for bullets mesti ada nama, betul? Mesti ada masa, time frame, when, activities kena ada at least 2, and yang the last one is kebat kan. So let's see how actually we expect you to respond. Okay. Talk about a trip that you went with your family recently. Okay, I chose to answer in past tense because sebenarnya past tense ni lagi senang dari segi subject verb agreement. You tak pening. My students kan sampai sekarang still ada problem dengan teacher. Bila nak letak S untuk verb teacher, saya masih so present tense tu dia a bit challenging for the weaker ones. So past tense sikit senang, sikit a little bit easier than present tense kan, tak perlu nak differentiate singular plural kan macam tu. Okay, so one family trip which I particularly enjoyed was my trip to Pulau Langkawi, Kedah. Siapa yang tak tahu, tak boleh nak cerita pasal Langkawi? Kan awak belajar daripada textbook awak kan, bukan daripada English textbook pun, but you learn from geography book, you learn from history book, okay, about Langkawi. Of course you have that idea, some idea about Langkawi. Okay, let's say you tak pernah pergi any trip pun, it's okay. Use your knowledge. Sebab tu dia kata on familiar topics. Use your knowledge yang you belajar daripada textbook, daripada buku, daripada TV, daripada movie. Use it. Okay, just want to share with you during my trial, my school trial, there's a question about this, something to do with holiday destination. Most of my students answer, teacher, I went to Jeju Island, Korea. Can you imagine that? Bila tanya lepas exam, betul kau dah pergi, awak memang nak pergi Jeju? Ya teacher, sebab tengok dalam movie. Pulau Jeju tu cantik, banyak orange. See? So you can apply what you have watched from what you have learned from your surrounding. Okay? Surprisingly, ramai yang nak pergi Jeju Island sebenarnya. Pengaruh drama Korea ni. Okay. Alright. Okay, one family trip. Okay. Can you notice or not? I use back the keyword. Okay, so this is how you can make sure you are responding to the same context with the question by using the same keyword from the question. Soalan memang nak family trip. So gunakan balik that keyword. One family trip which I particularly enjoyed was my trip to Pulau Langkawi, Kedah. So tick the first bullet dah. Tick. Dah ada nama tempat. Okay. I went there with my family during a time when I was frustrated with my Form 4 final year exam results. It was in December. Ada time frame. Yang ni pun time frame, yang ni pun time frame. Kenapa bila dia pergi sana, bila dia rasa frust, okay juga, still ada time frame. Okay, as long as you respond to the keyword when. Okay, so this is the way to respond to that bullet. Okay, now, therefore, cohesive device. Nampak? First cohesive device. Okay. My mother decided to take me there so that I could take a break from studying and release myself from pressure and stress of scoring well. So this is already a complex structure beserta cohesive devices, beserta linkers. Nampak tak? So ini dia sebenarnya complex structure. This is what we call a complex structure. Ada cohesive device yang paling senang. Paling senang you nak dapat complex structure, okay? You start with your cohesive device, you explain the reason, you two reasons in one sentence. Nampak? Sebab tu you boleh gunakan and. Nampak? And, so dah ada compound, and then, and again. So by doing this, you dah boleh dapat complex structure. Okay? The resort had a private beach, so it wasn't crowded. Okay. Speaking, because it's speaking, right? You are allowed to use contraction. Boleh, but not so much. Okay? Not so much. Okay? It wasn't crowded. Because you're speaking, right? Mana ada orang cakap ayat yang betul-betul complete kan? Macam tu kan? Macam menulis kan? Macam writing language. No. Okay? I enjoyed walking with my shoes barefoot on the sand. Okay? Nampak? One activity, walking. Walking is an activity already. So dah jawab satu activity. It gives the sense of relaxing. Also, another cohesive device. We had a room overlooking the swimming pool. Okay, so another cohesive device. I love to just sit by the pool doing nothing. Sit by the pool, another activity. Nampak? So this is how you boleh answer, you boleh respond to the bullets. Okay. My mother also treated me to the seafood dinner buffet at the resort. During the buffet, we watched a live performance by a singer and also a fire performance. I have never seen anyone eating fire before. It was scary actually. I was scared actually. Bukan it was scared, I was scared. By the way, I think family trips can help to shape teenagers' personalities, as quality time spent with our families can create positive behavior, because during this trip, family bonding can be strengthened and teenagers will feel loved and appreciated. Boom, complete structure, complex structure. You jawab macam ni within 1 minute, full marks nanti boleh dapat, insyaAllah. Ingat, at least the examiner dah nampak assessor tu dah nampak, oh, this student can speak, this student language dia bagus, grammar dia bagus, dia ada guna, dia tahu guna structure yang bagus, dia ada guna cohesive devices. So dia dah letak you dekat band 4 or 5. So that's why part 2 ni you kena try as much as you can to perform the best. Because if after they listen to this one, they dah letak you dekat 4, 3 or 4 pun boleh juga. Tengok depending on your vocab. Okay? Sebab apa? Sebab you dah fulfill dah yang kriteria yang first pertama tu. Okay? Yang lain tu nak decide 5 and 6 tu, ingat tak? Kena ada interaction, kena ada initiate. Baru dia nak tengok yang tu. Setakat ni you dah dekat 3 or 4. Dah secure dah markah you dekat 3 or 4. Okay? Nampak? So this is how you can plan your part 2. Boleh plan sebenarnya skrip-skrip ni. Kalau 3, apa ayat dia? Possible sentences, possible vocabulary. Kalau tentang celebration, what are the possible vocabulary related to celebration? Macam tu. Kalau the question is about secret admirer just now, the people you admire. Admire kat situ merujuk pada apa? Orang yang you rasa kagum kan. So it can be your mom, it can be somebody close to you, it can be orang yang memang terkenal, artis ke, it can be your own teacher. Dia tak restrict pun kata a person that you admire from your school. Tak ada, dia tak akan keluar soalan macam tu. So most of the time dia tak akan keluar lah. Okay, dia akan lebih general. Sebabnya my experience is not the same as your experience. Maybe you punya person that you admire is your teacher. Maybe I punya person that I admire is somebody else, bukan a teacher. So that's why the question most probably will be in a general form. Dia tak akan be as specific sangat, tidak. InsyaAllah tidak. Okay, because the question needs to be suitable for every 400,000 candidates seluruh Malaysia. So that's why they come up with this type of question. Soalan yang semua orang boleh respond, because you, insyaAllah, most of the questions are the things that you have experienced as a teenager, as a student, as a son or daughter of somebody. Okay? So do not be worried so much. Something that you are familiar with. Kalau sekolah, what are the possible questions that are related to school? Ada sports day, ada parent-teachers meeting, ada Merdeka Independence Day celebration. So you can start listing out all the possibilities. Okay? Okay, welcome Fatin. All right, so far, any question for part 2 before I proceed to part 3? Any question for part 2? Any question? Tak ada kan? Okay, so since no question for part 2, I will proceed to part 3. Discussion. Task, okay. Nampak tak this list? Okay, so these are the things that we are looking forward to when you are discussing with your partners. Okay, the assessors, the interlocutors are paying attention to this. Okay, we want to see whether you know or not how to exchange information and opinion. Okay, whether you like it, whether you dislike it, whether you prefer or you not prefer. So we would like to see this during the discussion. Okay, and at the same time, we need to see whether you are able to express your opinion. Okay, if you say something, there must be a reason. You cannot say, well, I don't like shopping online. I don't like online shopping. That's it. You do not tell us why. So when you are doing that, your marks will go down a bit. Okay, because we need to see you express and justify your opinion. Okay, I don't prefer online shopping because I think I have problem with my internet connection, or I don't trust online banking so much. So you have, when you say something, you have to make us believe you. Okay, you have to, when you say something, you have to support with something. There must be a reason why. Okay, there must be a reason for everything, kan? Okay, and then when you are discussing, okay, when it is the phase for making decision time, remember that 1 minute, one crucial minute, that we need to see how do you nego the agreement. Okay, whether you want to mengalah or you memang nak dominant, we want to see that how are you going to negotiate with your friend in finding one agreement. Dua-dua kena setuju pada satu point macam tu. Okay, another skill yang memang crucial sangat, okay, ialah making and responding to suggestions. You say something, you dah explain, you dah justify, you ask for your friends' responses. Do you agree with me? What do you think? Do you have any opinion on this point? So you are asking your friends, okay? And your friend kena respond. When you are throwing that question, your friend kena respond to that particular question first before dia start bagi point dia. Okay, discussing alternatives. Okay, this is when you are presenting. Instead, you don't agree with your friend. I'm sorry, I have to disagree with your point because I think. So you are giving alternative for the same point but from different view. So if you are able to do this, you are signaling to the assessor, I am good. I should deserve a better marks, not 4. Not 4, maybe good could go to 5 and 6. Okay, and of course, agreeing, disagreeing is vital, I think, for discussion. You need to know how to say whether you agree or you disagree. Okay, so these are the things that might help you. Okay, you can practice when you disagree with something. What are the possibilities, what are the ways that you can say to show that you disagree with that opinion? If you would like to explain and give your own reasons, how can you start your sentence in explaining and giving reasons? So all of these are actually requires lots of practice. That's why I'm telling you, be your partner's best friends. Okay, learn how to express and justify opinions among you. Okay, bila dah selalu buat, you dah comfortable, you dah tak rasa takut dah. Bila nak nego pun, no, I don't think that's the correct one. I think it's more expensive than ni. So you are comfortable doing that because you have been your best friend, your partner's best friend. Okay, walaupun selama ni tak pernah bercakap pun dalam kelas, but in case your teacher paired you together, korbanlah for the sake of speaking paper. Jangan nak malu-malu masa tu lah, nak malu nak pegang hidung, masa tu lah nak pandang bawah. No. Okay, that's why you have to be comfortable with your partner. On that day tak nak dah ada macam macam manusia, no, tak nak dah tersipu-sipu, tak mau dah. On that day, both of you masuk, duduk dengan confidence, tegak, duduk dengan tegak. Okay, show that you are confident, show that you are ready. I am ready for this war. Macam tu, tunjuk you confident. So the first impression is always very important, kan? Walaupun lepas tu sangkut ke, it's number 2. First impression, masuk, duduk dengan confident, senyum. Cukup. First impression. Okay? Alright. Any question? Wah, tak ada soalan ni. Macam tak banyak soalan je ni. Okay, next. Okay, a few things. Okay, it's up to you actually. It's up to your teacher sebenarnya macam mana dia nak ajar you cara nak duduk masa part tu. But this is what I'm doing with my student. Okay, you are facing your interlocutor, right? But during the discussion, you are not going to respond to them. Okay, you are going to respond to your partner. So pusing sikit je, jangan dah sampai interlocutor membelakangi interlocutor pula. No, sikit je. Okay, so you can face your friend. Okay, when you are talking, right, you're going to converse, you're going to communicate. Of course you have to face your friend. Sikit je, tak perlu banyak. Okay, and then before you masuk, okay, this is everything mesti dah buat sebelum. Okay, you will decide siapa yang akan mula dulu, candidate A or candidate B, because this will affect your turn taking. So bila ada ni, examiner pun, ada turn taking. Ada ni. So dia akan ada kriteria kan dia nak tengok tu kan. So practice, plan and practice. Okay, choose the easiest point first. So I always tell my student, choose the one that you understand the most. At least when you start strong, orang kata bila point tu senang, you boleh jawab, you rasa confident tau. You rasa you boleh jawab tau sebenarnya. Okay, so it will encourage you to proceed to the next point. Tak adalah kalau pilih yang paling susah, you dah stuck, you dah buang masa, you dah blank, you dah tak boleh nak jawab dah the rest of the points. Nampak tak? So choose the easiest one first. Explain that one first. Pass. Terus pass pada kawan. What do you think? Okay, what do you think with this idea? Kawan, sambut, agree or disagree. Well, I quite disagree with you. Kalau disagree. Kalau agree, cakaplah agree. Kenapa you agree? Kenapa you disagree? So that is what we call responding. Nampak? So it's actually simple actions that will help you to fulfill all this. Okay? Terus setuju ke, tak setuju ke, agree ke, say something about that. Very short, tak nak panjang-panjang because you need to explain your points. Okay? Alright? Use fan voice to show continuation. Bila you nak develop the topics tu, you gunalah fan voice untuk panjangkan ayat tu. Okay, guna cohesive voice. First of all, I think the reason why ni terus. Okay, masukkan cohesive voices. So kat sini lah awak akan masukkan all this untuk grammar punya markah kan. Okay, tell your friend why he or she should agree with you. Bila you negotiate for the making decision part tu, you have to tell why do you need to agree with me with this particular point. Okay, during the making decision part, kan? Remember, discussion 2 minutes, betul? And then you'll be given another minute kan? Another minute to decide. Betul tak? To decide to make decision. Masa ni lah you can show your negotiating skill. Remember, I bagi tahu tadi? Start one point yang you rasa very, very strong. Candidate A, 1 point from candidate B. And then I explain why you rasa point ni yang paling, ingat tak superlative, the most popular reason, the most common reason. Tengok keyword apa yang cikgu awak guna masa dalam soalan, you guna balik. Okay, one sentence from you, one justification from you, terus buat agreement. 1 minute only. Okay, and then that's when you make conclusions. Alright? Okay. Again, nampak? It's important to try to talk about all the options. Memanglah kita nak tengok you are able to explain all the 6 because it will show your time management pun bagus. You have the idea. Nampak tak? Bila you are able to explain all 6, you are good in managing your time. You know what to say. Tak ada berjela-jela. You give what is needed. So that's why we need to see you answer all 6. Tapi kalau tak boleh juga macam I cakap tadi, if you cannot touch all the 6 points, at least try to touch 2 each. Okay? Think about advantages and disadvantages. So ini adalah cara yang paling mudah sebenarnya, how you can reason out. Macam mana you nak fikirkan sebab. Kan? Bila you diberi point tu, terus cepat fikir apa kebaikan dia, apa keburukan dia. So that's how you can maintain, you can develop your interaction tu. Okay? It's a good idea to say why an option might be good before you say why it might not be the best. Okay? Always say positive things first. Mungkin bukan yang terbaik, tapi try with that first. Okay? Remember to ask your partner his or her opinion. Alright. Yang ni pun I rasa dah very clear. Tapi let me explain again. Macam ada yang tak tahu yang semua part ada 2 fasa. What is the meaning of fan voice? Teacher, when we discuss, can we use other language? Okay. You mean during the 20 seconds tu, right? 20 seconds discussion tu kan? Okay. That one, dia memang tak ambil markah. Okay. So, kalau worst come to worst case, you rasa lagi senang cakap BM, you cakap BM within that 20 seconds. Okay. Sebab masa tu dia tak assess you. Okay. 20 seconds is your preparation time kan? So, dia tak assess you boleh speak BM kalau perlu. Okay, kalau perlu. Daripada you diam terus, but you cakap BM. That 20 seconds only. Tapi the moment you want to respond, everything should be in English. Okay, please do not tell your teacher, I'm sorry teacher, I don't know. So that is, for me is the worst statement that I tak nak terima daripada budak I. Okay, because you mengalah sebelum you berperang. Okay, say something related. Sebutlah apa-apa keyword daripada soalan tu. Okay, say something about the keywords. Takkan you tak boleh cakap, well, I think, ambil balik soalan dari tengah tu, connectkan dengan point. At least you will get a sentence and you are saying something. If you cakap, I'm sorry teacher, I don't know. Nothing. I tak boleh bagi markah pun untuk language because what you say has nothing to do with the question. At least when you are saying something from the question, it is still in the context, question context, and it is still can be considered as you are responding to the question. Nampak tak? Walaupun salah grammar ke, salah ayat ke, tak apa. Just respond to the question. At least you can still get 1 or 2 marks instead of you saying, I'm sorry teacher, I don't know, 0. Nothing to do with the question, walaupun you are answering in English. Please remember, responding to the question is very important. Salah grammar ke, ayat tengah terbalik ke, as long as you respond within the context, you can still get 1 mark instead of 0. Kalau cakap, I'm sorry teacher, I don't know, memang 0. Memang tak boleh bagi markah. Tak ada kaitan langsung dengan soalan walaupun you are speaking in English. Faham tak? Okay, for this particular format, new format ni, they really want you to know how to respond, how to communicate, how to answer. Itu main point dia because you can use this language after this, lepas habis SPM pun you can use this language kan, betul tak? If you know how to respond now, you will know how to respond later on outside the school. Okay? Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. So somebody is explaining fanboys already. Fanboys is actually conjunctions. Conjunctions you use to connect ideas or sentences. F is for, so Jocelyn is typing for you. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. Okay. All right. Understand or not how crucial it is for you to respond to the question. Tolonglah jangan cakap, I'm sorry teacher, I don't know, ataupun diam. Luluh hati cikgu tengok bila anak murid dia diam. Tahu tak? So try as much as you can. Keyword tu kan ada depan awak tu. Soalan tu ada depan mata kan. Ambil je, I think, ambil soalan daripada tengah tu, ambil satu point. Sebut je. Walaupun grammar awak salah, tapi you are responding. Apa awak sebut tu berkaitan dengan tajuk. You will get the marks. Okay? Oh, tengok cikgu. Oh, gini perasaan cikgu bila anak murid tak jawab kan. Ya Allah, luluh hati, luruh jantung. Tak rasa macam, ya Allah, tolonglah bagi anak murid boleh jawab. Macam itulah perasaan semua guru bila anak murid jawab exam. Okay? Garang macam mana pun dalam kelas, dalam kelas macam gimau sekalipun, during the exam, that's the day when they really pray for you. Nampak? Nampak gitu. Okay. Sample question. Ini yang maksud saya tadi. Nampak tak? Can you see clearly or not? The question is in the middle. Why do people shop online? That's the question, right? And the bullets, the circles yang you ada keliling tu adalah points. Let's say you really don't know what to answer. Okay, you just say like this. Practice macam ni. I think people shop online. Take the keywords from the question. Tak payahlah ambil daripada WH question tu sebab itu memang definitely WH word kan. Soalan WH tu selalunya soalan berbentuk soalan. You nak bagi statement. So jangan ambil perkataan yang WH ni. Why ke what ke jangan ambil. I think people shop online. Take from the question. Choose 1 point. Choose 1 point. I think people shop online because convenient. Grammar salah, betul? Grammar salah, tapi ayat tu examiner faham atau tidak? Assessor faham atau tidak? Faham kan? And within the context kan? Jawab soalan kan? Dapat markah. Nanti dia akan potonglah markah grammar. Tak boleh dia potong markah grammar. You still can get marks for other parts. Can you understand or not? Well, I believe people shop online time saving. you still can get the marks for content. Walaupun grammar ditolak markah, tak apa. At least you are responding dengan betul. That's why I'm telling you, part 3 ni sebenarnya, if you know the trick, if you know the technique, there's no way you akan diam. There's no way you akan senyap ataupun blank ataupun starter, tak ada. Because it's there. Biarlah you ulang ayat yang sama pun, tak apa, as long as you respond. Okay, let's say you don't give reasons kan. Okay, kalau budak yang bagus, dia akan explain. Okay, I think people shop online because it is time saving. We don't have to go there and park our cars. We don't have to face the traffic. What about you? So dia akan cakap macam tu. Tapi for you, kalau you tak boleh nak explain, fine, it's okay. It's okay. I think people shop online because they offer better price. Because better price. I faham. Azimina faham. You can get marks. Okay? You tak nak explain because you don't know how to explain, fine. Pass. Pass balik pada kawan awak. What do you think? Ataupun, do you agree with me? You tanya dia balik. So you pass the turn. So ada turn taking, ada jawab soalan. So you will still can get marks. Instead of saying, I'm sorry teacher, I don't know. 0 terus. Tiada maaf bagimu kalau gitu. Tak ada sorry lah masa tu. Tak nak tu. Masa tu kena jawab. Okay? Boleh tak? Boleh tak? Can you see clearly or not how simple it is actually? Not as frightening as you rasa. No. Okay? Because you dah comfortable dengan kawan you kan. So there's no way you tak boleh bercakap on that day. Okay? Gunalah fanboys kan? Because it is convenient. Nampak? That's why you can masukkan fanboys tadi. Thank you, Jocelyn. You are so active. Very good. Which school are you from, Jocelyn? I love students who are active in my class. Thank you so much. Jocelyn, which school are you from? I'm sure your teacher is very proud of you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, you can prepare. You can memorize this beforehand. Okay, kalau you nak bagi idea, you want to start an idea, you want to give, you want to say something. Let's say you are stuck just now. You want to say something. Hafal ni. Kalau setuju, inilah ayat dia. Tak ada cara lain dah. Simple. You boleh memorize. I think, okay, nampak? Keywords from the question. Yang tengah-tengah tu, yang bulat hitam tadi tu. Okay? I think people shop online. Masuklah fanboys tadi tu. Conjunction. Because. So this is the easiest way if you want to say your point and give your reason. If you cannot think of other ways of giving explanation, just use conjunction because it's okay. We know already you're giving an explanation. Okay? I think people shop online because it is convenient. If you don't agree, I don't think people shop online because it is convenient. People shop online because it is time saving. So when you don't agree, actually when you disagree with something, it's easier for you to give reasons actually because you have your own reason. Okay, when you are giving a reason, you tak boleh ambil reason daripada situ. You kena ada you punya own reason. Kalau you ambil reason daripada situ, boleh juga. Tapi you punya explanation akan jadi pendek. Boleh juga sebenarnya. Okay, so I don't believe people shop online because it is convenient. I think they shop online because it is because they can kenapa orang shopping tak suka shopping online? Bukan sebab convenient, sebab apa? Kalau bukan sebab convenient, sebab apa? So it's actually this is how you can at least respond to the question. Tak adalah teacher, I'm sorry I don't know. Allah sedihnya, ya Allah. Okay, I would not say that because ini kalau tak agree dengan kawan awak kan dia tanya awak, what do you think? Awak cakap lah, I don't agree with you. Ataupun, I don't feel people shop online because it is convenient. I think, ataupun awak masuk point awak, I think, guna pula atas tadi, I think they shop online because it is time saving. You explain pula point you. So ini adalah yang paling mudah sebenarnya. Okay, kalau tak nak bagi point luar pun okay, nak pusing point yang dalam tu pun okay. That's how you can maintain, you can develop. Okay, so come on people, come on, you can do this, you can do this. Saya memang semangat macam ni, kalau bercakap memang penuh perasaan. Okay, nak cakap idea lain pula. Tadi dah bagi one idea, you have given one idea. Now you want to continue. You want to develop to another point. Okay. Well, tambahlah well. Well, kan sedap bunyi dia tu. Well, kalau tadi you dah guna I think, the next one you jangan guna I think. You guna I believe. Kalau dah guna I think, dah guna I believe, gunalah I feel pula. So dah 3. Just nice for 3 points. Betul tak? So there's no way you don't know how to say it. Okay? There is, you can easily dapat satu ayat. Macam tu. Okay? Wah, penuh perasaan cikgu. Alright. Okay? Shortcut. The easiest way for you to give reasons is by thinking of the advantages and the disadvantages. Itu je cara paling mudah awak cepat-cepat nak fikir. Kenapa? Kenapa ya? Kenapa tak? Okay? Yes, betul Siti Rosita. Jangan mengalah sebelum berjuang. Oh, DTHO, Jocelyn, DTHO, very good. What if we disagree and our reason not in the text? We create our own. Yes, it's okay. You are showing us that you have that general knowledge. You are showing us this is the signal that this student is a good student. Macam tu. Because you can give something beyond what is given there. Okay, tapi remember about the time limit. Jangan panjang sangat sampai you will steal the time from your partner. Okay, just give things that you are the points or the explanation or the reasons that you think is memang will support your answer. Okay, memang very good reason, then okay, but not too much. Jangan panjang sangat. Remember, jangan panjang sangat, ayat jangan melirik. Pace bercakap tu pun try to be as natural as you can. Okay, contoh dia, well, I believe there are more people out there who agree with me. Nampak tak? Dia bunyi ayat orang bercakap. Bukan macam, I think I would be choosing. Itu you are killing the time. Yes, you are killing the time, but it doesn't sound natural anymore. I have students yang buat macam tu. That's why I can share with you. Dia punya nak cakap sebutir-sebutir tu takes so much time, and sampai kawan dia tak boleh nak bagi explanation pun. Tak boleh nak explain pun because you are taking so much time. So come on people, don't be selfish on that day. Just answer what you need to answer. Pass the 10 to your friend, so your friend will have the chance to answer too. Okay? All right? These are, again, I've been sharing this from Teacher Ain. Okay, Teacher Ain rajin buat dia, so dia compile semua. So I using her material here. Thank you so much, Teacher Ain. Okay, from download textbook. Your textbook is actually has everything that you need to prepare. Semua script that I've shared with you too, it's from your textbook actually. Okay, how to express preference. Okay, return to page 25. Okay, there are samples there how to use these expression. Personally, I would prefer to choose time saving. Ataupun personally, I would rather choose. So ini ayat yang standard sikit, tapi maksud dia sama sahaja. Okay, so you can start looking at the samples from the textbook. Okay, there are many samples from the textbook. Okay, you can look at the audio. The audio block. You look at the pictures. Okay, and start discussing with your friends. Talk about it. Okay, of course in SPM there'll be no pictures, right? You'll be given only that mind map, but it's okay. Okay, at least you have something to start with. All right, so your textbook is actually the best reference book for you. Okay. All right, so these are the expressions that you can use to express your preference. Okay, next page, because this is page 25. Next one is page 51, where you can show the contrast of advantages or disadvantages. Although I think I agree with you, however, so you boleh, if you are able to use this, Masya Allah, banyak markah, because it's not easy to use this expression actually. Okay, even though it might cost nenek. On the other hand, nampak tak? You are using 2 cohesive devices in one go. So please look at page 51. look at the way, how to use these expressions correctly. Okay, take the sample question and see how can I use these expressions in order for you to explain the points. Okay, come on, practice makes perfect. Okay, so if you want to learn um, how to express your contrast of advantages or disadvantages, you can refer to page 51. Okay. If you want to ask your partner's opinion, what do you think? Remember, at least three, because you're gonna pass three times, kan? Tiga kali nak pass, kan? 3 point, 3 kali nak pass pada kawan. Yang pertama, what do you think about this point? Ataupun yang kedua, what's opinion of this point? Okay. Kalau kawan awak stuck, kan, let's say kawan awak terdiam, kan, so dia dah tak tahu nak cakap apa, you yang initiate dia. Okay, Akmal, can you explain about this point? You initiate your friend, tolong dia kalau dia stuck, kalau nampak dia macam dah chaos, kan, dah macam sebab tak kena tu, you bantu dia. Okay, alright. So this is page 65. Oh, 5 minutes more. Okay, I go faster. Okay, to agree, disagree, page 91. Okay, I completely agree with you because I think I have the same idea too. Nampak? Trik kan macam tu sahaja. Okay, kalau agree senang. Okay, I think you are right about that, on point. Tak payah nak explain dah, kan? Kalau yang start tadi lah. Kalau you can give reasons, okay sebenarnya, tak ada masalah. This is the shortcut for those yang rasa tak boleh cakap dia tu. So you can use this. I feel exactly the same way as you. Then you cakap you punya point. Okay, well, that's my opinion too. Settle. Okay, and you continue with your own point. That's how you can make sure your communication tidak berhenti lama-lama, tak ada blank, tak ada tiba-tiba malaikat lalu senyap je bilik tu, tak ada. So you can keep the conversation going on. Alright? Okay. Okay. To disagree, page 91. Sama macam tadi juga. Well, I think you are a little bit wrong about this point. Come on, sound as natural as you can. You are talking to your friend, kan? Come on. Okay? Alright. To justify your opinion, I say this because, see, that's my opinion because I think people don't like to shop online. Cukup. Nampak tak? Cukup. You don't have to take so much time thinking apa nak cakap. Okay? Alright? Ini trik untuk yang tak boleh cakap tadi tu. Okay. Instead of you, I'm sorry teacher, you ask your friend, Akmal, can you repeat your opinion just now? So you are questioning. You are asking. Ada point, kan? Nampak? Okay. So this is page 155. Making generalizations. Yeah, I think generally speaking, I think I agree with you lah. Okay? Lah, nampak cikgu pun keluar lah juga. Okay? So be natural as you can. You can prepare beforehand. I think, insyaAllah, with practice, you tak takut sangat on that day. Some more, it's your teacher who is giving you who is the interlocutor, kan? So she knows you or he knows you best. So inshallah, they will try their best to help you. Okay. Okay. So this is actually for that 1 minute. My own students pun during that 1 minute they did not discuss. They straight away cakap, well, both of us agree. No. It needs to have a discussion, short discussion. Okay. I think I like your previous ideas that online shopping is convenient. However, I personally think that shopping online is it's time saving. How about you? So this is when you are saying again before you make the decision, before you are making conclusion. So candidate B akan cakap, from what we have discussed, I am in favor with your opinion that online shopping is convenient because we don't have to go find the part. However, ataupun but I think online shopping offered better price. Okay, and then CA akan masuk balik kata, well, I quite agree with you because you bagi opinion pula. Kenapa you nak agree dengan dia? Okay, cukup. Sekali CA, sekali CB, sekali lagi CA, sekali CB, conclude. 1 minute. Done. Okay, one last tip. When you want to buy time, okay, when you need the time to think. Alamak, I never really thought about that. But yeah, it's true. So you can buy some time. Tapi you tak diam. Okay, tak ada orang kata there's no stopping, tak ada senyap, tak ada apa. At least you can buy some time by saying these phrases. Okay, before you keluarkan point, you cepat-cepat. Okay, that's an interesting question. I quite agree with you then. So maybe you can use this to buy some time. Okay, I think that's all from me. It is 12 o'clock. I know my sharing is so santai one, but I really hope it gets to you, it reaches you. My last advice is you can always prepare for this exam. Okay, you still have time. Come on, you can do it. All right, so that's all from me. Is there any more question that I need to answer? You can post in the chat so I can respond to you straight away. If not, then I am sorry kalau ada yang tersalah cakap ke. I am using both languages because I always receive WhatsApp from my students, teacher. Please do not use 100% English because they don't understand. So that's why I am mixing it up. Okay. I hope everybody learned something from me today. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you so much, Puan Cik Suryati. Puan Cik Suryati, teachers are requesting
Okay.
if you could share the slides with them.
Okay, how can I share it with you?
Okay, perhaps later, it can be.
Sharing is sharing. But how can I share with you?
Yeah, I think teachers, you can also view the YouTube video multiple times after this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Puan Cik Suryati, for the detailed explanation and useful tips to answer the speaking paper. Boys and girls, I'm confident that you are more prepared to sit for the speaking test after listening to our speaker today. Okay, so remember, keep practicing and good luck for your exam. Right? So that is all from us. Thank you. Take care and stay safe. Bye.
Good luck.